Welcome back to our community. The name of the channel is called Serve Your Time. My name is Richard Mehereza, and I'm happy to be back. So today I'm here to talk about a topic that I think has been dear to my heart. The name of the topic is called Get Comfortable Being Uncomfortable. Now, today is actually a special day because first of all, I have not slept literally for the last 12 hours. And in fact, I was not to do this video today because I thought, come on, I'm not feeling fresh, I'm not well rested. I spent a sleepless night, burnt a midnight candle, and then for those of you who don't know what I do on a day-to-day, I'm a lawyer. And being a lawyer itself means you have to do a lot of research, sometimes getting across the line in achieving your goals or serving your clientele very well, especially if it's a court case. You really have to do a lot of research. You sometimes are not sure whether or not, it's gonna give you the results, and you do your very best, and knowing that it's good enough, and you wait for the court to decide because it's never guaranteed. So as I was thinking about today, I was very tired. I am still very tired. Ideally, I wasn't sure if I'm looking be fresh for the camera, and I wasn't very comfortable actually doing this video. I had opted to rest and get ready for tomorrow. But again, as the topic today goes, get comfortable being uncomfortable. And I've heard of this particular phrase so many times in a couple of books I've read, and videos I've watched here and there. And I've always thought, okay, what exactly would it in fact mean to be comfortable being uncomfortable? Now, in my experience for the last couple of weeks, if you're new to the channel, you would know, or if you've been to the channel, you would know that I began this channel in terms of posting videos about 2 weeks ago, and I honestly want to thank you very, very, very much. I can see that perhaps what we are sharing as a community is something that would be of benefit to those of us as part of the community, and I'm encouraged by the feedback I get. And from 0 to 28, I think we're hitting 30 subscribers to date. I don't take that for granted. We're averaging over 130 views per video. That's not a mean feat. I mean, it simply means that perhaps my message is reaching over 130 people. For me, that's very important. So please subscribe. Let's keep growing the community. So coming back to the topic, I want to bring it home. And I want to use an example of doing this very channel, building this community, starting these videos. So normally when you want to be in front of the camera, you're always thinking, okay, am I right in terms of, let's say, body weight, or do I have the right voice? Am I going to be stammering? Am I going to speak the right vocabulary? Will I piss off people? Am I just going to be busybody? But ultimately, 2 weeks ago, I just decided, you know what, 2-3 weeks ago, let me just do it. And I was extremely uncomfortable because I'm not really a guy for camera and all that. It makes me a bit weird, or I get a bit, very uncomfortable because you don't know what people would make of it. You don't know whether you would be send the right message, or you will be appreciated, or at least you will touch anyone in the process. Because it takes time, it takes a lot of courage. So I did it anyway, and to my surprise, I got a good reaction. So it's basically when you're being uncomfortable, rather you if you be, if you look at, if you approach life in a sense of being comfortable, being uncomfortable, it basically means that you will be able to have the mental, the body strength to do things that you would not ordinarily have done, and also that means you'll be able to get to the action end of things, and success is always at the end of the discomfort. And if you appreciate that sometimes life and in everything we do, you will have to either burn the midnight candle, you would have to go through some level of pain, you'd have to maybe not make everyone happy, be willing to be embarrassed, but ultimately the discomfort in the doing of what that is you're not comfortable doing is only then will you be able to achieve any level of success, really. It can be anything, like I said. For instance, like I said, today I wasn't really I didn't have any level of confidence. I'm being very honest with you guys to shoot this video, really. But I said, okay, so if I'm gonna be talking about this topic, right, there's no better time, because this is me being most uncomfortable being on camera, because I don't know, I'm not feeling well rested, so I don't really know, to be very honest, what this video would look like at the end of it all. But well, why not? I'm a strong believer that if you do things that you find hard doing and you find difficult doing, it doesn't have to come anywhere better, because I think that if you do recognize that in the act of being uncomfortable, you embrace the discomfort, you appreciate it for what it is, you take it for what it is, you deal with it for what it is, you embrace it as your moment, as your time, as your now, right? You bring your body, your mind, body-mind connection, some people call it, and you work through it. You do everything you can through the difficult, right? There's a very high chance, there's no guarantees really, but usually there's a very high chance that at the end of the day, you will most likely than not, and I've witnessed it, achieve the result. Another example would be, as a lawyer, like I said, I have not really found it easy, especially in my line of work. An example is I've been working on a court case for a couple of years, and I think last week we were doing the final bit of the court process, and this meant having to file what we call submissions. That takes a lot of research. That, because again, you're thinking about your actions, will determine the fate of your client, and it could either go their way or against them, and you, in one way or the other, the outcome will affect you, especially if it's negative, right? So you're always thinking, what am I supposed to do? How do I go about it? Have I done the right research? Have I convinced the court? And in this particular example, I spent almost 24 hours, or one night I went literally from about around 9 to in the morning, literally researching, typing away, took naps in between. I continued, but to my very satisfactory happiness, or rather gratitude, today I got the result for the client, and actually when I saw the work I had put in, I was not sure 100%, but I was convinced I've done the best. Regardless of the outcome, I've worked through the ultimate discomfort. I have worked through the difficult. I have embraced the toughness of the moment. I have forced my mind, my body to come together, and ultimately, whatever happens, I was okay with it. And to my reward and to the success of my client, we managed to win for them. So in life and in many things that we do, that we face, you will have situations. They could be big, small, and again, that's usually subjective and relative and also dependent on what it is that you're doing at the time of the moment or at the hour of the day. And you really have to, you will have challenges, you will have difficulties, you will find yourself having to be tired, having to be exhausted, and not feeling or wanting to continue, not having the mental strength to carry on. You've seen, for example, athletes or sports people, they stretch to the last mile. The training is always, you feel like you're dying every other second. But the only thing that you really always have to put at the back of your mind is that it is not unique to you. It is what it takes. You'll have to be able, willing, and ready to go through that very difficult moment, that very difficult situation, and recognize it for what it is, embrace it, and put in the work, and best believe, at the end of the day, results are almost guaranteed. So I really want to share this and just encourage whoever's listening, this amazing community, that please, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're having difficulty, you're discouraged, you are struggling with something, or you have a task that is not moving at all, you have a challenge that looks or appears to be a mountain, as you take that step at a time, remember that is you embracing the discomfort. And by doing that, you are actually recognizing that you have a duty to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and in doing so, only then will you to any level of success or any level of achievement, at least expect a result. And I'm not saying that everything should be hard, or if things are not hard, then you're not looking at succeeding. Sometimes certain things come easy in some ways, but by and large, and such is the journey of life, we find ourselves in the moment questioning so many things, right? Trying to make sense of the experience we are going through, trying to understand, trying to look, dig deep inside you, to try to mine that mental strength. But I've discovered out of my own experience that if you see it as you being required to be uncomfortable, because that is by and large what it would take for the most part, at least for me, from my own experience, for you to achieve anything, then instead of looking at it as a difficult moment, or a challenge, as it were, or a mountain, look at it as an experience, as something that you have to go through to get to where you want to be, right? And you do not have to think about the difficult, as it were, because focusing on the difficult itself will not give you a solution. But if you look at it as the way to get through a situation, an experience, a challenge, then most likely, in doing so, you'll embrace it. And trust you me, once you embrace it and recognize it for what it is and act on it for what it is, and sometimes I feel like you might even feel like crying through a situation, right? But then the thing is, what are your options? Are you going to give up? Just let fate, take its natural course? Absolutely not. Especially if you're in an environment where the consequence of your action is not even just about you, right? It could be affecting, it could be a family member, it could be an employee, it could be an employer, it could be your loved ones, it could be relatives, it could be your friends, it could be, your goals, it could be your life journey, it could be anything, right? So we naturally, as humans, we have the option, you can give up sometimes. Of course, giving up would mean there'll be consequences, right? However, embracing the difficult for what it is, especially knowing that the difficult is not in itself the difficult, but it's more of what it takes, right? And being uncomfortable is part of the journey of what it takes to get to the end of the tunnel, to get to the top of the mountain, right? You'll find it much easier to work through that difficult, that situation, that experience, that mountain, and by doing so, you'll be able to take the desired step by step, the desired action, and you'll find the right help along the way that is relevant to your solution, and you'll be able to eventually provide a solution. And if you do it intentionally, knowing that it is in the discomfort that you will be able to work through a challenge, you don't think so much about the outcome. Naturally, you cannot ignore the outcome, because it could be either or, it can be what you want or the other way around, right? But if you are in that thought process, in that action of discomfort embracement, right, you will easily, or not, I'm using the word easily but very carefully, because it doesn't come easy, but it will become less difficult. You will think more of the solution to the problem. You will be focused more on what it is that you need to do, as long as you know what it takes. Sometimes, by the way, it's not a guarantee that you will know what it takes, right? Because knowing what it takes to achieve a solution to any problem or any challenge means you actually embracing that challenge for what it is in the moment, and that takes being comfortable in being uncomfortable, right? And understanding that it is something that you have to deal with. The pain will be there, but the pain and the result are one and the same, right? They are not in any way distinct. And by embracing the discomfort, working through it, you will most certainly succeed. At the very least, you'll be comfortable with the results, knowing that you gave it your ultimate best. Because again, we've all heard and maybe been told that as long as you do your very best, right, you'll be happy with the results, regardless of the result. So I want to thank the community. It's an amazing community, and I would really like to say I'm very encouraged. This community sort of gives me a reason and a purpose to keep going, because life is difficult, as it were, and by sharing what we believe could be helped anyone. It could be that one person in your network, and they could benefit from what it is that I'm saying. So I would really want to again thank you so much, and I would say I am very encouraged, and I'll continue to post these videos as long as I can. Let's grow the community. Let's share. If you have anything that you think I could talk about in your experience, feel free to comment. Let me know what you think, or let me know what it is that we could do as a community to keep sharing the good message, and make life as you know it a better place in our ways, in our small ways, because it takes each one of us to make life a better place. So again, thank you so much for sparing your time. I don't take it for granted, and I'm looking forward to catching you on the next one. Reach it out. All right, cheers.